everybody, welcome back to Friends for Life's Midweek Mini. Today, Tony has some topics on his mind that he'd like to discuss. Let him finish his cup of coffee. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, Tony, what you got going on today, man? I know you've had a stressful week.
It's been a toughie. Oh, man. I literally, I don't know. When it comes to entrepreneurship and running a business, it can get daunting when others are not expressing the same type of commitment that you are. Mm-hmm. And eventually it seems like it always comes to a head. Mm-hmm. And I have a very great team throughout management and all the way down to the lowest DSP on the totem pole, like a new hire from last week. Mm-hmm. You know, I have a lot of respect because when you take the time and the energy to appreciate another human being and care for them, that means a lot to me. But, oh man, when when certain things occur, it kind of gives a black eye to not only your company but to the work itself. Mm-hmm. And it's like the shift of blame is not my thing. I don't get caught up on shifting blame. I'm more, let's figure out a solution. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that this occurred. What's the solution? And a lot of the county boards that I work with and a lot of my business partners and stuff, they understand like I am like that. Mm-hmm. And it's appreciated. But for those who don't understand that I'm like that and who don't appreciate how much I care, how hard I care, it gets frustrating and it gets tiresome because then I feel as if where my work for my position that can grow and go further is being halted and stunted. And I have to give some of the most minuscule things attention. So it comes with the territory. Like, mm-hmm. I can't complain about it too much because only really two people really care. And that's me and the person that I'm giving service to. Like, mm-hmm. that's what it is. They have a problem. I need to fix it. And it's just when you putting out fires, in a sense, you have to really take all sides into account. I don't like push. Like I said, the shift of blame is not my strong suit. People may think that I'm shifting blame, mm-hmm. but really I'm just pointing out the issues at hand, the task at hand. If I made a decision and 90% of that decision was made by me, I mean, it's naturally going to be pointed towards me. Mm-hmm. So I guess I say all of that. Like, a lot of people need to get out of their feelings, like, and realize what we're doing here.
It's so funny how things happen when, I don't know, like life has a weird way of intersecting because right. I literally this morning, the first thing I do every morning is I wake up and for an hour I just listen to audiobooks or podcasts or something, mm-hmm. Just to kind of get my brain moving while I'm cooking breakfast, making coffee, doing the other activities that go along with morning routine.
The SSS?
Yeah, yes. And I read this book. It just finished today. I want to make sure I get the title right. Extreme Ownership. And it's so funny because you just basically reiterated the premise of Extreme Ownership. Mm-hmm. It's by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin.
One of my favorite, man.
He's a machine. Yeah.
Dude. I love Jocko.
But those Navy SEALs guys are hardcore. I mean, they're like the pinnacle of human motivation. I mean, I don't think it gets any tougher than that. But it is, there's two camps that I see with a lot of people. Disability field, not disability field, any field. Mm-hmm. It's, business, anything. There's two types of people, and I know people hate when you say stuff like that. Oh, there's two types of people. But it really kind of seems to be that way. I can't think of a third or a fourth. There's people that either nothing's ever their fault, mm-hmm. and then there's people who everything is their fault. And I try, and it's not easy to own mistakes, especially. Mm-hmm. Like, Extreme Ownership, the whole premise was it doesn't matter. If you're the leader, everything's your fault. You didn't prepare your team enough. You didn't prepare your staff enough. He's talked about Warzone. He talked about business application, and it really opens your eyes, because if you take that approach, yes, it's harder on you. Yeah. It's harder on you because then you have to figure out why everything is going to crap. And I think if we could all adopt that mindset a little bit more, and we talk about this all the time. I mean, it is hard. You never want everything to be quote unquote your fault. But then if you're accountable, to like your employees, if someone said, Tony, and I do this all the time, you can vouch for me when I call you and text you like, dude, I royally screwed this up. Like, it's like a daily occurrence at this point. It was like last week. I almost missed the deadline for the podcast. I kept running into errors, export. I mean, nobody cares. It's running into errors, running into my power went out in the middle of the upload the day before it went up. Dude. And the computer just was having a hard time. I don't know if I needed to update stuff or whatever, but it wouldn't export the video. And I said, this might not come out on time. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I should have started this on Monday instead of Tuesday afternoon. That's me. But so
and the funny part about that is when you even explained it to me, what did I say?
You're like, all right.
Well, all right. How do we fix it?
Yeah. So what I did is I drove an hour up to my my grandma's place, and they have internet there that was good, and I fixed it. I don't know. I had to work till 11 o'clock at night to figure it out. I mean, but that's my job. I could have been like, computer screwed up, dude. Not my problem. Oh, well. Mm-hmm. No, that's not how you operate.
Buy a better computer next time.
Yeah. I mean, that's, and I know we're talking specifically disabilities right now, but I mean, that's, and I'm not trying to make myself sound good. I mean, that's just the mindset you have to build if you want to get stuff done. That's why you given me the director title of the media department, because I get my stuff done. It's so hard for me not to curse. I get my stuff done, and it's sometimes I work 40 hours a week. Sometimes I work 9 to 5, and I get some done. Sometimes I work 9 to 11. I mean, stuff goes wrong a lot, and you just. I don't know. That's a hard mindset to get into.
Well, this makes the most sense is because it's the mindset that we need to change in every sense of it. I mean, in this field, I explain to a lot of my staff, man, like you guys are looked at the lower part of the totem pole in the healthcare field. It's okay though. Own it.
Own it.
African Americans were looked at as the worst, but I think I'm doing pretty well as an example of what you can become and where you can grow and stuff. So yes, this is a topic that everybody needs to talk about in every aspect, for one, and for two, especially in the healthcare field, because again, we don't need people just coming in who are not in it heart-wise. Now, this doesn't have to be your full-time career, no, but if you're going to hop in someone's life, like look at it as a real relationship building. And this is an opportunity that you are making. You are taking this opportunity. You are saying, you know what? I am stepping in to somebody's life and to a degree that is very personable for them. Mm-hmm. And I mean, come on, we wouldn't let people hop in and out of our lives like this.
No.
Like that.
Well, and it's deeper than that. I mean, that those concepts can be applied. I mean, so there are things that are out of your control. I mean, if a client has a bad day, I mean, you've had someone try and stab you. Yeah. But I mean, that is out of your control. Mm-hmm. But the ownership part of it is completely how can you fix or take under control the situation in a way that you do have control of. You can call 911. You can try and talk to the person. You can try and calm them down. Those are under your control. It's all about controlling what you can. So I see so many people worry about things and freak out about things and complain about things that they have no control over. Mm-hmm. If I pull out of the parking lot and someone smashes into my car, It's out of my control,
True.
but what am I going to do about it? You know, I have to like own up. I have to figure out how to get my car fixed. I have to go to the whatever. You know, I mean, there's just certain things you have to. There's people out there that have been blown up and their legs cut off, and they're out there lifting more weight than me because they own it. They move on. They own up to what's happened. They accept it and they just deal with it. You know, and I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker, but I mean, you know, things get hard, things get tough. That's always going to be part of life. But at the same time, you're in the disability field. You're dealing with other people's lives all the time. You have to be accountable if you want to be successful. You know, you're going to move up if you show that accountability. I guarantee you, unless you have a completely terrible boss, which I've had in the past. Yeah, and if that's the case, you need to work somewhere else. But like, if you are, I guarantee you, if someone comes up to your staff and say, "Dude, I screwed up," before you find out about it, before you heard a third party, call your manager, and be like, "I messed up. I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. You have to own your mistakes. Yeah. If it's a MUI, if it's something happens bad, I mean, just own it. Because if you cover it up, you're going to get fired or you're going to get the wrath of, you know, every single person that works here. But that's no matter where you work. I've had scenarios in past jobs. I had a guy, he was a complete, total definition of a screw up. I mean, this is like 10, 15 years ago. And we have this implement. It was a really expensive thing to measure stuff. I don't want to give away what I was doing working. But it was a device. It was very expensive, and it was the only one we had because the other one had gotten broken. It was like right in the middle of heavy season of the work, and the guy broke it. The only one we had because there was another one on order, and he's like, "You got to cover for me." And I said, "This is me at like 18." I'm like, "Dude, you messed up though." He's like, "I'm going to get fired." I was like, "Dude, I guarantee you if you call the owner right now and say, 'Dude, I screwed up.' Yes, he's going to be mad because it's the height of season. He's going to be livid, but he's not going to fire you because you owned up to it. Now, if I cover for you, which I'm not going to, he is going to find out because if you haven't noticed, there's cameras all over the building, and he will look at them to see what happened, and he's going to see you, and you are going to get fired." I was like, you know, you have to own up to it.
And if you try to sit there and cover for him, you're going to get fired too.
I might have.
You're like,
why do you need to lie? Just do it.
Yeah.
If you do get fired, then you know, that's the owner's an a-hole because at least you admitted it. I mean,
real talk, man. I really think this boils down more to parenting and teaching in a sense, you know, and not to like make people feel bad, but people like I always say this, there's no rule book that comes to parenting.
Correct.
You know, my parents did not have the same upbringing and stuff that I am bringing with my wife, our children up. You know, opportunities, all of those things are completely different. And I've apologized to my oldest before, like, "I'm sorry, son, if I come off a certain type of way, but this is the environment that I am from here. And this is what I have now here. I don't know how to really teach you anything else other than probably, you know, watching other people or, you know, picking minds of other people who are in the situation that I'm in now." And it's hard. I don't know. It's really tough to be able to just say that. I don't think many people would even say that to their children, like who are in a better situation. I mean, a lot of people feel as if they're, now granted, my children need to follow my direction because I am the adult in their life, you know, along with my wife and our support system. But there's just, I don't know, man, this is a deep topic. This is too much for a midweek mini. We actually might have to do a whole podcast about this.
Yeah, I mean, it is just, you know, I see it a lot, and it's just there's no accountability with a lot of people. Everything is somebody else's fault, and I mean that's. If you want to get ahead in life and you have that mindset, you're not going to get anywhere. That's just hands down how it is. I mean, I literally interviewed on my podcast a huge rock star in the heavy metal world. I mean, it was just by chance. I was at a conference a month or two ago. I don't even know how long it's been. I mean, and we all got to interview this guy, super awesome dude. And he told me a story after we were just sitting out, hanging out, drinking some beers after, just chilling. And he said, yeah, I'm playing this show, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, oh, we got the rock star in the building. And he's like basically talking smack.
Right.
And he goes, did I do something? He's like, oh, no, just all you rock stars. He's like opening for this, because the guy that's saying this is opening for him.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, our time's coming. We're the best. And he's like, you're never going to go anywhere with that attitude. He's like, because I'm where I'm at because I worked hard and, I've tried to be as nice as I can to everyone. But he's like, I will never help you in your whole life. And I thought that was so awesome because that's my same mindset. Like, yeah. People who work hard, people who put in the dedication, the hours, are accountable for the stuff that they screw up, are accountable, those are the people that are going to succeed. And if you are listening to this and you look at yourself and you think everything is somebody else's problem, you're overweight, it's McDonald's fault. They need to lower their calorie. if you don't get enough sleep, well, you're working too hard. You need to take accountability for it. Yeah. If you close the Facebook an hour earlier and go to bed, none of us are perfect, but if you have that crappy mindset, I'm sorry, you're going to stay at the bottom. That's just how it is.
How it is.
And you can be as mad at me if you want, because nobody wants to hear that. But that's just how it is, man. I love this topic because it's something that I work on personally all the time. I don't want to get up and run and work out and edit video till 11 o'clock sometimes, but I do it because that's
what it takes.
That's what it takes.
That's what it takes. So.
But yeah, that is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I think we should definitely follow back up on this on more of a podcast level. So thank you, people.
Yeah, so thank you for watching this midweek mini or listening. If you're listening, head over to iTunes or Stitcher and leave the podcast a rating or a review. That really helps us out, brings some visibility to the podcast, especially on iTunes. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, because we're trying to grow that channel as well. And we really appreciate everybody that's been following along. You guys have been an awesome community. We love the growth that we're seeing, and we love interacting with people.
Yes.
And check out our other shows. We got Medical Mondays. We got a new segment coming out soon. I know I said that for a long time, but it's actually coming out relatively soon.
It's on its way. We've been doing a lot.
It's a lot of work. So thank you all, and we'll see you next week with another Midweek Mini.